Hello, welcome back to my channel, Chat with Jesus Loves All. Appreciate you coming to my channel again. As always, if you could please click like and subscribe, even click that notification bell. It can help my channel to grow so I can reach more people. Appreciate you being here. And, also if you want to leave a comment, love those comments I've been receiving. Appreciate my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I want to talk about something today. I want to ask what comes to your mind when I say that word home. For some people, it brings up pleasant thoughts, example, like, oh, maybe family holidays, you have a feeling like it's a place where you feel like pleasant memories, place of warmth, belonging, um, wonderful family time. For some, it can bring up some hurtful memories because of past neglect, abuse, divorced parents, family trauma, like I went through and contributed to when I was a teenager, really badly. Now imagine having Jesus and the Father, his roommates. What would that look like? Jesus promised in John chapter 14, verse 23. This is what he promised. He said, sorry, he said, if anyone loves me, he will obey my teaching. My Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our home with him. Huh. So what would that be like to be greeted, to come home and be greeted by Jesus, be greeted by the Father, to be asked about our day, to have family time with him? And we should also note that Jesus said that he and the Father will come to us. That means wherever we are, they will come and make their home with us. We could be in a hospital bed, which I've been in a few times in my life, didn't like it. In a jail cell, on a trip somewhere, visiting someone. Um, I've been blessed to have 11 ministry trips outside the country, 7 to Romania, 1 to France, 1 to Mexico, 2 to Brazil. Wherever we go, Jesus is there. Wherever we are, they would come to us and make their home with us. It's a wonderful feeling, a reassuring thing to know that Jesus will come to us, that he's with us everywhere we go. Now, just gotta think through, like, what would that be like? I think about one family Jesus spent time with, a brother and his 2 sisters, Lazarus, Mary, and Martha. One day Jesus was visiting them. Mary was busy getting things ready and thought Mary was slacking off because Mary was sitting at the feet of Jesus, listening to him teach, listening to him speak. So Mary's reaction was to complain about it to Jesus, which, is kind of a normal thing to do, to go and complain. Um, Not that I would ever do that. Anyway, so in Luke chapter 10, we read about it. In Luke 10, verses 41 to 42, is where we see that. And what happened, what Jesus, how he responds when Martha comes to complain, you know, because she's busy taking care of all the things, all the preparations, getting the meal ready, getting everything ready. And Mary's just sitting there. So she comes to Jesus and complains, Jesus, she's slacking off. Don't you care? I'm doing all the work. And Jesus says to her, Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you're worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better and will not be taken away from her. So it's just typical family interaction. One sister complained about the other, feeling mistreated, and Jesus gently corrected her, explaining being in his presence was what was best. Coming home, knowing Jesus is there with us means he'll interact with us in gentleness, even about the most basic things in life, like take care of the house. Another time, Jesus interacted with Mary and Martha, involved Lazarus, at a very dramatic time in their lives. Lazarus was sick, so Mary and Martha sent word to Jesus. Jesus delayed, even though they were his friends, as evidenced by the message they sent, Lord, the one you love is sick. Lazarus, your good friend. Lazarus, you've been in our home, Jesus. He's your friend. You love him. He's sick. But Jesus delayed going. We read about in John chapter 11 about the whole thing where Jesus said to his disciples that he's glad about it, which just sounds like a really strange thing to say. Um, in John chapter 11, where Jesus says Lazarus is dead, and for your sake, I am glad I was not there, so that you may believe. Jesus knew what he was about to do. So even though Lazarus was dead, Jesus knew what he's going to do. And the reason he was glad was he knew that what he was going to do was would bring about a deeper faith in his disciples, and Peter, James, John, and the others, and Mary and Martha and Lazarus, all their people around. So Jesus comes to them. He comes to where they are, and Lazarus has been dead for 4 days. And when Martha comes to him, Martha is sad, she's crying, and she says, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. They knew the miracle power Jesus had. So that was her response. But I know that even now God will give you whatever you ask. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Martha answered, I know he'll rise again in the resurrection of the last day. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? Yes, Lord, she told him. I believe that you're the Christ, the Son of God, who's come into the world. So after the conversation, Martha goes to get Mary. Mary comes back. Mary falls at his feet. And she also says, Lord, if you'd been here, my brother would not have died. She's crying, she's weeping, she's sobbing. Martha's crying, weeping, sobbing. The people around them are weeping, crying, sobbing. And what is the shortest verse of the Bible? Jesus wept. Jesus wept, even though he knew what he's about to do. So Jesus sharing their emotions with them, sharing the experience with them, wept, and then goes to work. He says, roll the stone away. They're like, Lord, he's been dead 4 days. There's an odor now. They roll the stone away, and Jesus says, Lazarus, come forth. And Lazarus comes walking out. Jesus had resuscitated Lazarus, brought him back into life. Not resurrection, resuscitation. Now, think about in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30, where Jesus says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I'm gentle and humble in heart, and you'll find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So Jesus describes himself as being gentle and humble of heart, wanting to give us rest for our souls, to refresh us, to bring healing to our souls and spirits. That's who we can come home to. If we believe Jesus and follow his and obey his commands, which the command was in the next chapter in John 15, love one another. And Jesus summed up the law in two parts. Love the Lord your God, love your neighbors as yourself. If we trust in Jesus, believe in him, and we follow that, where we love one another, they make their home with us wherever we are. We can, like I said, we can be in a jail cell, in a hospital bed, we can be on a trip somewhere, we can be estranged from our family, whatever our situation. Jesus and the Father will come and make their home with us. They're there to welcome us with kindness, warmth, love. Yes, at times, gentle correction is given, guidance is given, but also you're free to share your emotions with them, not be judged. And they, in fact, want you to pour out all of your anxieties to them. They want you to share your troubles with them. It's a safe place. Imagine Jesus and the Father making their home with you. It's such an awesome blessing to think about that and to really, really think, just ponder that and to think about that. I hope you have a blessed week. I hope this video blessed you today. This message, I hope, was a blessing for you, and I hope you're full. I hope your week is full of blessings. God bless. Thank you for watching.